Hi, I'm Miranda from Michigan, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe. When I was born, Mom and Dad were over the moon, but my brother Jamie was the happiest. Mom told me he wouldn't leave my side for a second and refused to let anyone hold me except him. Once when I was 4, I was sitting on a swing when an older boy pushed me and I landed in the mud.
Why did you do that? My new dress is all dirty now.
All the kids started laughing, and suddenly I started wheezing and had trouble breathing. Just then, Jamie came running and shoved an ice pop down the boy's shirt. He ran off screaming. "Are you okay, Miranda? What's happened to you?" He immediately rushed me home. My parents took me to the doctor, and I was diagnosed with asthma, and it got triggered every time I got stressed. Since that day, Jamie's life mission was to protect me from anything stressful. When we were little, I loved Jamie's overprotectiveness. But as I got older, it started annoying me, especially since Jamie made it clear to every boy in school that I was off limits. In 9th grade, when a boy finally asked me out, I was super excited. But just as I was sneaking out of the house, I bumped into Jamie. "Where are you going dressed like that?" "Who are you, my mother-in-law?" "I told you to stay away from guys. You'll end up miserable." "Jamie, I know you think you're looking out for me, but it's getting really annoying." I slammed the door in his face and left. But my first date was awful. The guy was a new admission and he kept talking about his fancy old school. At one point, he started wailing loudly about how our school was a garbage dump and everyone here was so tacky. I walked out in the middle of our meal. But when I got home, I found Jamie waiting for me. I told him the date was amazing. I wasn't gonna tell him that it sucked. My friends thought having an older brother was awesome since I got to hang out with his best friend and our school's heartthrob, Sheldon. But I thought both of them were pigs. They talked about wearing the same underwear for days and held burping contests and made me the judge. Ew! And they were always getting into trouble at school for bunking classes and were even caught smoking once. They made me swear I wouldn't tell Mom. I had to keep their stupid secrets. But one afternoon when I got home, I saw Sheldon's car in our driveway, and he was cleaning its windshield with his t-shirt. I couldn't stop staring at his gorgeous, toned body. "Like what you see, eh?" Gosh, that was so embarrassing. I wasn't staring at you. "Hey, wait, I wanted your friend's number. You know, the one with the curly hair." "And why would I give it to you? I know how you treat girls. You're a serial heartbreaker. Some girl is crying in the school bathroom every week over you." "Well, they just all fall for me too fast. It's creepy. And I haven't found the right one yet." I don't know why, but the way he was looking at me was making my heart flutter. Luckily, Jamie came out just then, and I ran off to my room. The next day when I went to the school cafeteria, I was shocked to see Jamie and Sheldon talking to the guy who'd asked me out. The poor guy looked terrified. I was determined to give those two jerks a piece of my mind later. But as I was walking back from school, I saw a heavily pregnant woman on the roadside all alone, looking distressed. "Hey, are you okay?" She told me she was about to go into labor. I quickly called an ambulance, and even though I was kind of freaking out, I went with her. When we finally got to the hospital and she was admitted, it happened. My heart started racing and I had trouble breathing. I fumbled through my bag to find my inhaler when I saw Sheldon walk in. He took one look at me and quickly found my inhaler from my bag. When I finally calmed down, I realized I was in Sheldon's arms and he was gently patting my back. I felt a strange fluttering in my tummy. "This is Sheldon, for heaven's sake. You've known him since you wore pigtails to school." Why are you here?" "My sister just had a baby girl. I'm an uncle now. Want to meet my niece?" "Sure." I didn't know much about Sheldon's family. I knew his family was loaded, but he still spent more time at my home than his own. As soon as we entered his sister's room, I was shocked to see she was the same woman I'd helped. Sheldon couldn't thank me enough as he dropped me home. When we got there, Jamie was coming back from his evening run. Seeing him, I remembered he'd been bullying my date, and I felt so angry again. "Why do you keep poking your fat nose in my business, Jamie? You both break every rule, but you can't even let me date in peace?" "What are you talking about?" "Don't act innocent. I saw both of you talking to that poor guy in the cafeteria." "Do you think it's my personal mission to keep you single? It's just that I know dating a jerk will stress you out." "You know what? I think you stress me out more than anyone else. I don't think you care about me. You just want to control me." And with that, I ran to my room. A few minutes later, I heard a knock and Sheldon walked in. That was unfair, Miranda. You know how much Jamie loves you.
But that doesn't give him the right to interfere in my personal life.
I know he can be a little overbearing, but trust me, you're lucky to have a family that cares about you so much. Not everyone has that.
Then suddenly he took my hand in his.
My dad's hardly ever home, and my stepmom can't wait to get rid of me. Why do you think I'm always here?
Does Jamie know about this?
Yeah, he never told you?
At that moment, I felt really proud of my brother. He was that kind of person who would never betray his friend's confidence. Just then, I realized my hand was still in Sheldon's.
Are you really into that cafeteria guy?
No, he's a complete moron.
Thank God. You know that rock band you love? They're having a concert this weekend. Jamie isn't interested, so would you like to go with me?
I'd love that. When I told Jamie about our plan, he didn't think too much about it since Sheldon was practically family. And I made an extra effort to get dressed that day. It didn't go unnoticed. When Sheldon came to pick me up, he gave a low whistle. Don't be a jerk, I'm not your girlfriend.
Yeah, and that's a shame.
What did that mean? We had a blast at the concert, and then went to a cafe since we were both starving.
Whoa, slow down, Tiger. Jamie would kill me if you choked on that burger. Wait, you've got mustard just there.
Oh, I can be messy.
Cute's more like it. You're nothing like the girls I've dated.
Because I don't wear makeup or because I'm eating too much?
I don't know. You're just different.
When we were going back home, Sheldon asked me if we could make a small stop on the way. And I was really surprised when we ended up in a nursing home. I followed him into a room where a weak-looking woman was lying in bed, but her face instantly lit up when she saw Sheldon. Sheldon stroked her hair and read to her until she dozed off. Then we gently tiptoed out of the room. Sheldon, was that your mom?
Yeah, but she doesn't actually recognize me as her son now. She's been unwell for a long time and lost her memories. I'm just a friend who comes to visit. It makes her happy.
I felt a lump in my throat thinking about how much Sheldon had to go through. When he dropped me at home, I was about to get out of the car when he stopped me.
Miranda, I have a small gift for you.
He took out a silver bracelet from his pocket with hearts hanging from it.
This was my mom's. I want you to have it now.
What? No, I can't take this.
Please, I insist. I know you're my best friend's little sister, but lately, I'm seeing you as so much more. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think I like you too, that way.
But there's one problem.
Jamie?
Yeah, he'd kill me if he gets to know about us.
Don't worry. He doesn't want me to date random guys, but I know he trusts you. We'll tell him when the time is right. With that, I leaned in and kissed Sheldon on his cheek. But when I entered the house, I found Jamie glaring at me like an angry bull.
I just saw you kissing that backstabber in the car.
What? He's your best friend. And yeah, we have feelings for each other. I thought because you know him so well, you'd actually be happy.
That's the problem, Miranda. I know Sheldon too well. He's never serious about any girl. I'm telling you, he's bad news. He's a fantastic friend, but a hardcore playboy.
But what we have is special, Jamie. He even gave me his mom's bracelet today.
The one with the hearts?
Suddenly, my heart sank.
Yeah, he gives them to all of his girlfriends. Don't be stupid, Miranda, and trust me on this. Sheldon will let you down.
With that, Jamie stormed off. But I knew he was wrong about this. Sheldon really cared for me. Jamie started avoiding me and Sheldon completely after that day. And anytime Sheldon tried to talk to him, he walked off angrily without listening to a word. Gosh, he's being so awful. But I really do hate seeing you two fight.
Don't worry about it. He has to come around. I know he will.
Being with Sheldon was amazing. But some weeks later, I was getting to see less and less of him because he always had football practice after school. And then one day, I walked into the school hallway to find Sheldon by the lockers talking to a blonde girl. He whispered something in her ear, and then he slid a bracelet on her wrist. What are you doing? Sheldon turned to me with a completely indifferent expression.
I was gonna tell you, I just didn't find the right time. I met Casey here at football practice. She's a cheerleader. I think we work better together.
You didn't find the right time to tell me?
Come on, Miranda. You know my history. I just think you like me more than I like you. Can you please not have an asthma attack right now? It's so melodramatic.
He stepped forward to take my inhaler out of my bag, and I slapped him hard. You're such a jerk. Don't come near me. I pulled out my inhaler as I ran to the bathroom in angry tears. How could I have been so wrong about Sheldon? And later at home, as I cried in my room, Jamie came and sat on my bed. I guess you heard. Please, just whatever you say right now, don't say I told you so, because I just can't deal with...
Sheldon and I got into a huge fight, and I told him to never come near you again. I'm sorry you're going through this.
No, I'm sorry for not listening to you. I should have believed you. A week later, things were back to normal between me and Jamie, but I missed Sheldon. As pathetic as that sounded, I missed his silly banters with Jamie and his goofy smile. Heck, I was still wearing that stupid bracelet he gave me. That weekend, I was watching MSA videos and sulking in my room when Jamie walked in.
You're still crying over Sheldon?
Yes, I am, and it's your fault. You always treated me like some porcelain doll when you should have been my friend. Look at me now. I'm so bad at judging guys, and I dated 2 jerks.
But I told you to stay away from both.
And why would I listen when you're always telling me what I can do? And now, I don't think I'll ever fall in love again.
Wait, you loved Sheldon?
Of course I did, but he turned out to be a lying jerk. I hate myself for being stupid, and I hate you more for not letting me grow up. I was so mad that I threw the bracelet Sheldon gave me. Jamie picked it up, and suddenly looked like he'd seen a ghost.
Oh my God, Miranda, I messed up, big time. Sheldon told me the bracelet he gave you was really his mom's. He said something about her initials engraved inside.
Wait, I thought you two weren't talking. That's when Jamie told me that Sheldon had come to see him after the concert and had confessed his feelings for me. He didn't want to keep it a secret from Jamie.
I was so pissed at the both of you that I told him to back off or lose me as his friend forever. I kept refusing to listen to him. Miranda, I think he hurt you on purpose, just so you'd fall out of love with him. He did this because of me.
It all started making more sense now.
You must hate me.
Yeah, a bit. But not really, you doofus. You just have to stay out of my business now.
I promise.
Take me over to your stupid friend's place now. Jamie and I drove over as fast as we could to find Sheldon sitting outside in the garden by himself. I ran up to him, and before he could say anything, I punched his arm really hard.
Ow! Are you here to beat me up now?
Did you break up with me because you're just a big jerk, or because of Jamie? Because Jamie is okay with us being together, so tell me.
What? He is? Of course that's why I broke up with you. And I'm so sorry. I just felt like I was making you two hate each other, and Jamie was hating me, so I needed you to not like me anymore. I'm not dating anyone, Miranda, because I only want to date you. I love you.
I love you too, moron.